The Forgotten Soldier. The diner was quiet that evening, the soft hum of a jukebox playing tunes from decades past. Henry sat at his usual corner booth, a cup of black coffee in front of him, untouched. His wrinkled hands rested on the table, trembling slightly as he traced the rim of a silver medal pinned to his jacket. It was Veterans Day, but the world seemed to have moved on. The streets bustled with people, their lives untouched by the memories that haunted Henry. Once, he had been young and proud, a soldier who believed in duty and honor. Now, he was just an old man, forgotten by a generation that couldn't imagine the horrors he had endured. He stared out the window, his mind wandering back to the battlefield. He thought of his comrades, the ones who hadn't made it home. And he thought of Eleanor, the woman he had loved and lost. They had promised each other the world before he left for Europe, but when he returned, broken and distant, she had found solace in someone else. A pang of regret stabbed at his chest, not for Eleanor's choice, he didn't blame her, but for the life they could have had. "Excuse me, sir." The soft voice pulled him back to the present. A young boy, no older than 8, stood at the edge of his booth, clutching a small American flag. His wide eyes were filled with curiosity and respect. Henry blinked, startled. "Yes?" The boy smiled shyly. "I just wanted to say thank you for serving our country." Henry's breath caught. He hadn't expected anyone to notice him, let alone thank him. "Well," he said, his voice cracking, "thank you, young man. That means a lot." The boy's mother approached, her smile warm. "He insisted on coming over. He's been learning about the war in school." Henry nodded, his throat tight. "It's good to remember. Many gave everything for what we have today." The boy slid into the seat across from Henry, his mother following. "Did you fight in the war?" the boy asked eagerly. "I did," Henry replied, his voice soft. "A long time ago. I was in Europe." "Was it scary?" Henry hesitated, glancing at the boy's innocent face. "Yes, it was. But we did what we had to do, for our families, for our country." As he spoke, he noticed other patrons glancing their way. A few nodded respectfully, and someone even stood to shake his hand. For the first time in years, Henry felt seen, not as an old man, but as the soldier he had once been. The boy handed him the small flag. "You can have this. I think you're a hero." Tears welled up in Henry's eyes as he accepted the flag. "Thank you, son. That's the kindest thing anyone said to me in a long time." When the boy and his mother left, Henry stayed at the booth, his heart lighter than it had been in years. That simple moment of gratitude reminded him that his sacrifices had mattered, that his story wasn't forgotten. As he walked home that night, the flag tucked into his pocket, he felt a spark of pride he thought he'd lost forever. Maybe, just maybe, he wasn't as forgotten as he'd believed.